I'm rolling down the hall with my Bible scriptures. This word help protect me from the vultures. I can't let the seed fall in hard mud. I'm breaking in new lanes and I'm making a thud. Blessings on Noah, getting ready to flood. Revelations got me shook as I read the holy book. Jeremiah clue me in, destination already booked. Plant me by the water, about to go deep with my roots. Wherever my...
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Miss Nina, aka Nina Fit.
Hey, it's Miss Willetta.
And we want to say, you already know who we got in the house. No other than the voice of choice, D. Leezy.
You already know.
We want to say, welcome back to part 4 of the real fact checks on gospel,
Not
Gossip.
Hey.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We at part 4, y'all.
Wow.
We've been having some fact checks. You been checked? You felt checked? We checked you?
I mean, Jesus checked me in some of these scriptures, so I feel it.
Hello?
But who gonna check him, boo?
Nope.
Nobody.
We gonna check up and make sure we where we need to be. But I ain't about to check Jesus. Y'all
No.
bugging.
Who's
Okay.
so
She's too clever, isn't she?
That was a good one. All right. So we're back with part 4 of our the real fact checks of gospel, not gossip. And what we have want to say, Miss Willetta.
Okay, so this one is "This too shall pass."
How many of us heard that?
Where's it going?
I don't know. Pass me. Let it pass me by. My grandmama used to say this.
Ooh,
everybody say this.
yes.
I just knew this was in the Bible. I really did. Like, oh no, that's in there. I was like, they lying.
Yeah, I'm like, I Google, I biblical search, go to the back and flip.
So
Yeah,
you mean to
it's-
tell me
Yeah.
this too shall pass is not in the basic instructions before leaving Earth?
No.
Somebody lied to me.
Somebody lied to me.
Well, let's fact check it. Let's
Fact
get this
check.
right.
So
Let's
let's
go.
go.
We're gonna start with what, Matthew 24.
Yeah. 24, 30,
35. Okay. So let's see. It says, "Heaven and earth will pass away."
Wait, I mean, you can, whichever way you can read it, but you can read 35. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, got it. Sorry.
Okay. Y'all do something wrong?
No.
Oh, okay. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away.
What that says, it says, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words by no means will pass away. This too shall pass. I still don't understand how they got that.
We gotta do a little deeper, huh?
Okay. So where's our next one? James?
Yeah, that's
Somebody
James
get the shovel. We got to dig a
1.
little deeper for this one.
Right. We get,
James 1, and then we're gonna hit what's that? 2 through 4.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Willetta. I'm just
All
catching
right.
up there.
Here we go. Trials and temptations is how it's reading. Okay, so it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything."
Yeah. We just be out here saying anything. I mean,
in
at
the
this point,
background.
we just be like, and talk about God said that. And God was like, I don't know that word if it was walking down the street. I know Jesus.
I know he up there talking about, if y'all don't quit putting words in my mouth, man.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, do y'all see that in the Bible anywhere in red?
He said,
Quit putting
"This
words
is
in
what
my
I
mouth,
said."
player.
Yeah, he's like, "This is what I said."
Yeah,
Right
because
here.
this is a living word, y'all.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing.
He ain't say nothing. This too shall pass. What he said again, Miss Willetta, can you read James?
Okay, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, whenever you face trials of many kinds,
Trials when you face them.
because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. Perseverance must finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything."
Period. So he said, it's not this too shall pass, and we should think like, oh, okay, we'll get over this. This is testing. You got to look to God to see what he's doing. It's producing faith. That's why it says in Matthew 24 and 35, Jesus says, not one before heaven and earth. Let me get to it before I paraphrase, because we doing fact checks. It says, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words by no means will pass away. Meaning, whatever God told you is going to happen. And the fact that he even said in James 1, 2, and 4 that he said this will produce something in you. We talked about the other, I think part 3 or part 2, when we talked about he has to produce fruit in us, then it can manifest on the outside. So it's some things that need to be instilled in you, because if God said, oh, D. Leezy, you're going to be a multi-millionaire, and D. Leezy said, yes, I mean it, I believe it, so she received it and she believed it. But God did not tell her you have to do any and everything to compromise to be that. But first, let me instill something in you so you can now not love the money more than you love me. Correct. It will produce something. So right now, if you're lacking a bit of something, I'm teaching you how to probably be a better steward, because you was a little flimsy with money. But I'm going to still make you a millionaire. Like there's something. But
I got to work on something with you.
Come on.
To get you to that next level.
Come on.
And to direct you with your purpose.
Yes.
Jesus, is this you talking to me?
Oh, we ministering.
You know, he gives us the word, and sometimes we learn the lessons within.
Yes.
While we're teaching it.
Yes.
Oh, I felt that.
Receive it.
Please receive it in your spirit, glory. And this is what it's saying. And see, here was the thing. Excuse me. That the Matthew 24 and 35 was the parable of the fig tree. Now, he said, now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branches has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near. So you also know when you see all these things, know that it is near at the doors. So surely I say to you, this generation will by no means pass away till these things take place. Meaning God said, if I said it to you, you will see it when I said it. Know that it's at the door. When you start to see little things coming along, it's at the door. His word is sure.
If he said it, that settles it.
Period. So a fact check, this too shall pass, is understanding how you face your trials and tribulations. What's your attitude? What's your posture? Are you seeking God more? Are you dealing more? Are you just giving up?
Are you preparing?
Are you prepared? Are you preparing? Because it says, consider it pure joy. Joy and happiness is not the same thing. Joy is a fruit of the spirit. Happiness is fleeting. You want to be happy, or you want some joy? I want some joy, because God said, this too shall pass. Oh, no, yeah, you're going to go through trials and tribulations, because another fruit of the spirit is what? Long suffering. We learned about fruits of the spirit, right?
We definitely
did. Go check that out. And make fruit, matter of fact. Go check out some of our episodes so you can understand what are some things that you have to, because God is saying it's going to come, but he said, yeah, I said this too, but I also said this. See, we like to pick and choose what God said.
That's the thing about the fact check series, is that you're learning. It's like people picking and choosing, blowing it up, passing it on.
Right.
And realistically, a lot of the fact checks that we touching, like this one too, we're going to put them in the category of tradition. Not the word.
That's fake news.
We're going to put them in the category of
because y'all just passing them on.
This too shall be passed on, right? Pass this fact on, this fact check on, because we want y'all to know y'all is tripping. Y'all tripping and falling and can't get up. So, but no, for real, I really thought this was in the Bible. I ain't gonna lie to nobody.
I mean, not to be funny, out of all the ones we've covered in the
this one, I'm like, it gotta be in the Bible.
That sound like that came from King James, didn't it?
Listen, Lord, straight out of the King James Version. Die. This too shall patheth, meaning it's gonna continue to keep patheth. You know that TH at the end means gonna keep going. It said, King James said, no, that ain't even me. That one ain't even mine.
No, that came from some shade tree soapbox preacher.
That came from Lord of the Ring James, but it is not King James.
Not Lord of the Ring James.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. Y'all, I hope you guys are understanding what we're saying. We go and we eat from places and we study our word. This is why even when you hear with us, or you have a favorite preacher or pastor, you should go and check the scriptures and see what it says, because a lot of things sounds biblical, sounds like it's biblically sound, but it's not, and we must know doctrine. It says this is actually a misinterpretation of a line from the lament of Door, and Old English poem. Door has replaced the door has been replaced as his lord's poet and calls to mind several other dramatic mythological figures who went through troubled times. Each refrain ends with that passed away, so may this. Several verses in the Bible reminds us that our lives and indeed heaven and earth will pass away, but we will find comfort knowing that our earthly sorrows are temporary. We're still called to rejoice in our trials, knowing that they will lead to endurance and sanctification.
Did you say the door or whole door?
The lament of door. D-O-E-R.
Oh, okay. D-O. Okay.
Not D-O-O-R.
Oh.
No, that was a good one because I mean, like, you have to understand what that word is to understand. I mean, because we heard door as in thinking D-O.
Yeah, D-O-O-D-O-R. D-O-E-R. I don't know who
like
that
doer.
is. Doer.
Yeah, doer.
Yeah, y'all know. Come on.
She from New York.
Oh my goodness.
That's the bodega. That's the bodega.
Y'all
talking.
is so annoying.
We be saying doer, doer.
We don't pronounce E's or R's. It's a poem. It appears in an exterior book which has been dated around 960 to 990 AD. However, the poem may be considerably older than the manuscript since many ancient poems are passed down orally for generations to generations. So it's a poem that was written and it sounds biblical. When people was like, that sounds good. That sounds like God. Let's put that in there. Or let's put that, because how many sermons is that in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can we just get real? Since we finishing the fact check, is it going to make it listen to sermons a little different?
Let's just be honest. Like we were talking about before about tradition. Like if you don't question or look into or research, just do your homework. It's just like with anything else. Somebody tells you something. DeLeezy was telling us something not earlier, I believe, where she was like, when people want to tell you you should not do this or you should not eat this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like literally, okay. But if you don't know your own homework, if you haven't looked it up and can actually stand up to someone on a subject matter, I mean, how easily are you convinced?
Yeah.
Are you soft-willed, strong-willed?
Yeah.
Or are you like, I mean, not to be funny, I've been in situations where maybe I'm not sure and somebody says something. I don't take that as word.
Right.
I listen, I take a note, and then when I leave, I get to look at it.
Right. You got to look it up, and that's why we should study to show ourselves approved.
Don't be gullible.
That's it.
Like,
That's
I never forget my home church back in my hometown. The youth minister, he was saying, if anybody ever tell you, this is in the word, this is Bible, this is what the word say, you ask them, what scripture?
There we go. Where?
What chapter? What scripture? Mm-hmm. If they can't give you that, they don't know.
I'm not receiving it.
It ain't. Yeah.
It's not.
It ain't word.
Mm-mm.
Take it to God. He'll give you so much. It says one plants, one waters, but God gives the increase. He'll let you know what is what. And this is why it's important to steward. Don't come for me.
See how that works? See how that works? That's how you supposed to do it.
We up in here in Corinthians. Hold on, because we just studied that. Let me use Bishop Google to get to it faster. But yes, one
Bishop,
plant.
I love Bishop Google.
I do. Bishop Google be fast.
He will get you there quickly.
Apostle Paul said this. One plants and another waters. 1 Corinthians 3:6-9. See, I know I said it was in Corinth, the church of Corinth. One plant, but in another gives. And even then, you want to know why that's so fitting? Because right then at that time, they was arguing about who was better, Paul or this other guy, about which pastor they should follow after. And it says, but God gives the increase. Doesn't matter. They just planting the seed. So if you take it to God, he will increase you in that area. But, DeLeezy, you made me forget what else I was going to say.
My bad. I was just trying to show the
I know.
I'm trying to give you an example.
Jesus. But yeah, so I think that is important because we talked about stewarding our time.
Oh, yes, in our
last series. And part of your time is if you spend some time with God, you can be like, God, God could be like, where that is at? Like D. Leezy did to me, and you gotta pull it up. And if it ain't there, God gonna be like, exactly.
And just like Miss Nina mentioned this before, when we were talking about tithing and offering and stuff, and we're talking about the 10%, she's like, okay, well, if you're looking at let's look at the 10% of your time spent in a 24-hour period.
Right.
How much of your time are you really out of that you're really, it made me, I mean, I've been a work in progress for my whole life, and I know about the Bible and I know about the word. But when we were talking about that, it really made me revisit and say, you know what? You're selfish. You're not giving enough.
Ooh, that conviction.
Yeah, it was like, girl, like, I'm sorry, but you're not finna try to get away with, I woke up and prayed, I prayed over my food, I prayed at night, I looked at this scripture that popped up on my timeline.
Child, don't do it. Miss Valletta, you in people business, though. You in people business, though, Miss Valletta.
I'm just saying.
Oh, Lord.
Let's all take the mirror.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's that old saying? Get the
speck out of your eye
before you.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a fact check.
Yeah, that's a fact check.
That's in there. Okay. And it's in the book of Matthew. You look it up. Go fact check it. I'm gonna tell you where it's at. Y'all gotta do some homework around here. But that's our part 4 fact check for our November series, the real fact check of Gospel Not Gossip. D-Leezy, we kicking it to you.
Yeah.
All right, what up, everybody? What everybody? Thank you for joining us for another episode of the real fact check of Gospel Not Gossip. Join us next week, the same time, same location, and be sure to follow us across all social media platforms like TikTok
at nextgenministries.twc,
Twitter,
Amplify Team Men 1,
Facebook
at Amped Up,
Instaslam
at Amplify Team Ministries,
and right here on YouTube. Be sure to turn on your post notifications and subscribe. Until next time, I am D-Leezy, and this is the real fact checks of
Gospel
Not
Gossip.
You already know.